Wow. Okay, Skip. Did you like how the Spurs handled last night?
I did not like how they handled it because they were too nice to Kawhi Leonard. And I said his name once, and that's the last time I'm going to say it because Jenny said it. But I realized the San Antonio Spurs wanted last night to uphold their reputation as the classiest organization in sports, and they wanted to take the high road and try to diffuse much, if not all, of the negativity that was going to be aimed toward number two, as I call them. But come on, let's get real. I'm going to say it one more time. He quit on this team last year. He forced his way out of San Antonio. They didn't trade him. They didn't dump him. They didn't give up on him. He gave up on them. They have the most player-friendly, conservative medical staff in all of pro sports. And at midseason, they said that his thigh bruise was no more. He was medically cleared to play, and he wouldn't play. He played 9 out of 82 games for a team that had a real shot, I thought, last year to maybe even win it all. But they needed a happy number two in the middle of that because he's obviously a really good basketball player. So what happened last night? The faithful fans, the longtime season ticket holders, deserve the right, if they so choose, to just boo their lungs out at him to, quote-unquote, get even with him. They're not stoning him. They're just booing him. And what did the classy Spurs do? They went out of their way to introduce Danny Green, the ex-Spur, a really good guy and a good Spur. They introduced him right ahead of Kawhi. And they did it bang, bang, so that because Danny is beloved. He's a buddy of mine. I love Danny Green. He will always be beloved in San Antonio. So if you introduce him right ahead of number two, what's going to happen? Everybody's going to stand and applaud and cheer for Danny Green. And then right on top of his announcement came, and from San Diego or whatever it was.
You know where he's from. San Diego State.
He is.
6'8", 215 pounds.
And so all of a sudden, it's hard for a longtime Spurs fan to switch from beloved Danny Green to, I got to go from cheering to booing. So it was a little muted. Now, he got booed every time he touched the ball.
Yeah, they called him a traitor, too.
They chanted, traitor, traitor.
And hold up
he
signs
deserved
of
that
snake.
because
No,
he was a traitor. And then the game ends, and Popovich walks down and hugs Kawhi Leonard. Stop it. You can go shake his hand. That's fine.
Hug him, Pop.
But he quit on you, and you know it.
Pop is a high-character guy.
Yeah, and then Pop called him a are you kidding?
High character.
I laughed out loud at that. But guess what Gregg Popovich is about to be? He's about to be the Olympic basketball coach. He's got to be an ambassador to the NBA. He's got to make sure that number two is going to play for the Olympic team under him so that he can go out with the gold medal because that's a dicey situation. So you got to make sure all the players still believe in you as a player's coach. You're going to celebrate number two when he returns to San Antonio. Baloney. It was a bunch of baloney.
No, it wasn't, Skip.
You know it, and I know it.
And
by the way, I did tell you what was going to happen last night. Number two was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You were wise not to bet a case of do on that game.
I love the way the San Antonio Spurs handled the situation. They did right because I believe that what Kawhi had accomplished there, he earned that. He deserved that. You win you win a championship. You're the Finals MVP. You're two-time Defensive Player of the Year. You're two-time All-NBA. I think that deserves a video tribute.
He got one.
He got one.
And it was interwoven with one to Danny Green.
That's okay. I can live with that. At least they showed something. Now, the San Antonio Spurs, they can't control their fans booing and calling them a traitor and holding up snake signs. So I get all that. But this is what I want to understand. You, Skip, and the fans are upset that Kawhi wanted out. But let me go back before I go any further. Had Kawhi played last season and then at the end of the season says, I want out, I do not want to be here, does that change any way you feel about Kawhi?
Did they win the championship?
No. I don't care about no championship.
What's the outcome?
The outcome is that he plays the entire season and he wants out. See, it's not that he didn't play that's upsetting you. It's the fact that he wanted to leave your team. That's what's upsetting you.
I don't care about that.
Yes, you do.
I care about quitters. This is the one organization that's never had a quitter.
I just said, had Kawhi played the entire season, he plays 82 games, okay? He plays 75 of the 82. And at the end of the season, he says, I want out. Does that change the way you feel about him? No. You're upset that he left.
I'd be a little upset, but I wouldn't be calling him number 2 because he's always going to be number 2 to me.
How should DeMar DeRozan feel? Because the Toronto Raptors did to him what Kawhi did in San Antonio.
They did. They dumped him.
But you see.
And guess who took it out on Toronto last night? Did he not play possess?
He played the first triple-double.
He had 15 and 10 at halftime.
Yes.
At halftime.
I agreed with Coach Popovich. He said that we all have to make decisions what's in the best interest of us at the time for our future.
Should we quit or not quit? We can quit our way out of town.
Way
to go. I love that.
The question was the end result. So you said he quit. You're not upset that he quit. You're upset that he didn't want to be there because had he quit and chose to stay, you wouldn't have this animus towards him.
I only cared about last year. I told you, Ginobili was playing at a supremely high late career level last year.
Yeah.
And I was shocked that he chose to stop after last year.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, listen to me.
Okay.
I had Ginobili and Tony Parker still playing well enough to go deep in the playoffs. I had all those young players that I had DeJounte Murray. Remember, he's out this year.
Yeah.
He was coming alive as one of the best two-way point guards in basketball. I had a team that with one of the best, for a while, I thought he was the best two-way player in basketball. Number 2, if I had that guy in that mix last year, trust me, they could have been a threat to Golden State. They were not afraid of Golden State.
I get all that, but the question is, if Kawhi sits out all of last year and chooses to return to San Antonio, is he Kawhi Leonard or is he number 2? Because, see, what you're upset about, you're not upset. Yeah, you're a little bit perturbed that he didn't play. You're really upset.
I'm not a little perturbed. I'm outraged.
Exactly.
I've never seen anything like it before.
Because he chose to move on.
It's rare that you get a chance to go win the championship, and they had a chance. And he blew it up because he wanted out of that town.
So if he blew it up, so what if he didn't want out? What if he says, I wasn't healthy, but I want to make it right. I'm going to stay in San Antonio. How you feeling, Skip?
Well, better.
That's what I thought. So now what it is.
But that's not what happened.
You got jilted. You upset, look.
Okay, well, why would you even throw that hypothetical out there? Because it didn't happen that way.
Now we do hypothetical.
Huh?
Now we do hypothetical.
Well, that's about all you got to defend him is the hypothetical.
Kawhi made it right. Close.
Yeah.
He blamed the media, too, though. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, y'all do. Y'all hype it up.
We didn't
y'all hype it up.
tell him not to play. He chose to not play.
But y'all keep hyping it up.
Yeah, the claws.
I think you are the media. I don't know if you can
I ain't no media.
Say
I'm player friendly.
The claw sticks in my craw.